Now at 8, a popular artist leaving a South Florida jail cell after a bad rap with police. The rough arrest involving the rapper during a traffic stop following an album release party.
Police say one of their officers was hurt. 7's Alex Browning has the latest.
Taurus Bartlett, better known as Polo G, walks out of the jail in West Miami-Dade Saturday evening, his face covered as he faces several charges after an incident in downtown Miami early Saturday. One of those charges, battery on a police officer. The rapper spent the previous evening at an album release party. Videos posted to social media show him holding wads of cash and then addressing his fans.
I've been working for 3 years straight. Feel me? That hard work pays off.
But not long after, Polo G's car was stopped along Biscayne Boulevard and Southeast 1st Street. There was a scuffle between the rapper and an officer, and according to an arrest report, the rapper said, "I will kill you. I swear I'll use these fists to beat the expletive out of you and knock your expletive out." Polo G was arrested along with the mother of his child and his sister. His mother heard in this video.
All of this for 2 boys. Where are my sons?
A 7 News viewer happened to be flying a drone nearby, capturing the incident from above.
Yo, what's good out there? So Polo G album, Hall of Fame. Honestly, it wasn't really all that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say I was disappointed in it. It's just the way he, like, is it rapping he doing? Like, it's like more melodic. He ain't singing, but it's just the way he uses his voice and he uses melodic tones and it sounds like he's singing. So it was kind of dull in a sense. It's just like, it's hella mellow. The music on this shit on a couple joints was fire. The production was up tempo, but a lot of this mellow ass shit, it's like, damn, if I want to listen to like some singing ass shit, it's artists I can listen to. So that's my only gripe with the album. I enjoyed 12 out of the 20 songs, and yet again, another album that doesn't need to be this long. I enjoyed the 12 records, you know what I mean? The features that I liked was Pop, Fabio, Thug, Dirk, Leroy, Wayne, and Nicki, you know what I mean? That Cardi bar was crazy on track 11 though. That Go Hard featuring Herbo. Oh yeah, Herbo, I like his feature as well. But most of these songs is just like, they are no for me. I'm sorry, it's just I couldn't fuck with it. You know what I mean? It starts off the album with painting pictures. It's a great intro too. It's like a movie type. The intro and outro of this album is fire. You know what I mean? So I definitely fuck with that. You could definitely feel his pain in that record. Of course, Rap Star, we know what's up with that. You know what I mean? The concept of the video, the song itself, the lyrics, I fuck with it. No Return featuring Dirk and Lil Durk and Killer Roy, fire. Like, you know what I mean? Killer Roy did his thing on that hook. Dirk came through and smashed that shit. And so far I'm like, okay, he going in, and it gets to Toxic. And I was just like, okay, it's starting bullshit. Not bullshit, but it's just like the production was fire. You know what I mean? You could hear he got a lot of pain throughout his lyrics and shit, you know what I mean? But it's in a melodic way where he damn near sound like he's singing. So I'm like, all right, Toxic is cool. Epidemic, I like the video. The video was fly as hell. I thought that was pretty dope. You know what I mean? I think it's the video where he on the boat and Gucci and shit like that. Look like he in Miami. Melodic flow yet again. Cool. Gang Gang, you already know what that is. Lil Wayne fire. Wayne killed that verse. And then we get into track 7 through 9. I didn't like none of them. I'm sorry. It's just too mellow. It's like, I don't want to be sad. Like, he not a turn-up artist, you know what I mean? But it's just like, damn, this shit is like, I can't really get with it, you know what I mean? But then it gets to GNF, Give No Fucks, hard as fuck. And I'm like, why can't he rap like this on the album? It's cool to have your singles and shit, but I'm like, damn, I need something like this. Like, you know what I mean? You can't have a line saying you the best out of Chicago with music like this, because it's like, man, I don't really see it, you know what I mean? But anyway, moving on. Going into Go Part 1 featuring Herbo, crazy, beat fire, Herb killed that verse, you know what I mean? Polo did his thing as well, not bad. Heart of the Giant, that's a no for me, you know what I mean? Zooted freestyle, good rapping, the beat was amazing, I definitely fuck with that. You know, some of the beats just feel like they regular ass beats. It's really nothing special, nothing really stand out except for a couple tracks. So I'm like, all right, that's pretty raw the way he just delivered on that beat. You know what I mean? And it's not even nothing special. But moving on to Party Life, that's a no for me. Losses featuring Young Thug. Thug stole the show. You know what I mean? Now, that type of song like that, where it's just like the melody type flow, you know how Thug uses his voice and everything like that, I'm not mad at that. That shit fit perfectly for that production. You know what I mean? So I wasn't mad at that song. So Real and Fame and Riches, that's a no for me as well. Pass. You know what I mean? Now we get to For the Love of New York featuring Nicki Minaj. Now, when I first heard about him working with her, at first I was just like, all right, I get it. You from Chirac, New York. I'm like, what the fuck? All right, cool, whatever. And I'm thinking it's going to be on some rap shit because, you know, the record she did with Herbo, you know what I mean, Chirac, she was barring niggas to death, killing shit. And I was just like, this is what they chose to do? I mean, I get it, you know, that's going to play. Females going to love that record and it's going to get spins and streams and shit, but I wasn't expecting that. And, you know, he sent her the record from what he said and he didn't think that, you know what I mean, he was going to get the verse. So long story short, got the verse. And it was crazy from what he said. But so I'm thinking, all right, cool. So when we get the song, it's going to be crazy. I didn't even skip to the song. I listened to the whole album first. I didn't just immediately go to the song. But when I got to it, I was just like, I was hyped. And then I got to it and I was just like, oh, shit. As soon as the beat kicked in, I'm like, damn, it's one of those emotional records. You know what I mean? But the verse, you know what I mean, that Nicki spit, if y'all know who Cuban Doll is, y'all seen the little Instagram shit. All I thought was when I saw the Instagram shit of Cuban Doll was Nicki verse. And I pit that shit with, edit the video and just pit her verse with that video or whatever the case may be. I think I put it on Snapchat or some shit like that. But I was just like, damn, this verse perfectly fit her situation because Shorty was straight up crying. But that's another story for another day. But Nicki do what she do that. But it's just like, damn, Nick, this ain't really a verse that's going to be hitting crazy like that. Like, you got bitches out here dissing you back and forth and saying crazy shit. You supposed to be drilling every verse. I mean, I don't know. If this song don't really chart, it's just like, that's crazy because you got a Nicki feature and this shit should chart somewhere. So I don't know the charting, you know, situation with this song or whatever the case may be, but I would figure you get a Nicki verse like this, it should at least be in the top 10. So I'm like, damn, I was kind of disappointed in that. Moving on to Clueless, featuring Pop Smoke and Fabio Foreign. Crazy record. I was like, oh shit, Migos had a Pop Smoke record. Now this nigga got one. These niggas is just crazy. Like, Pop Smoke and Fabio is crazy. This whole song is fire, nigga. I'm like, where was this type of energy at on the album? You could have got niggas that can rap and give us an album like this, because this shit is crazy. And I'm thinking Hall of Fame, we know what Hall of Fame stand for, but I mean, that's an even crazy title, you know what I mean, for an album so early. But I'm like, damn, this record is crazy. Polo is going crazy, Pop going crazy, Andy on the hook, Fabio doing his thing. I'm like, yo, why the last records of the album gotta be fire and that middle shit is like, man, it's kind of bogus. And then the last track, Bloody Canvas, I love this song. It's just a great storytelling record. You know what I mean? I'm like, this nigga, man, why? It's like, I was just confused. Like, bro, like some of these songs, they don't even feel like album songs. Some of them feel like mixtape songs. Like, you know what I mean? Some of these shits are short as hell. And I'm just like, bro, this is a fire record. Like, how you end it, you started the album great, ended it great. And I'm like, yo, where was this type of music throughout the album? I mean, I get being versatile, but overall, I mean, it was cool. You know, I like 12 of the songs. This album like a 6, maybe 6.5. You know what I mean? Do I feel like I'm going to replay some of these shits? Maybe out of the 12, probably 6 of those shits. But it's just like, man, I don't know. I was never really up on Polo G. Like, y'all the ones that was like his first joint, the GOAT project was like, check that out. And I thought that was dope. I was heavily surprised, you know, very surprised at that. And I'm kind of thinking the GOAT project is a little bit better than this shit. You know what I mean? But I'm not too keen on Polo G. Maybe he just not for me as far as a Chirac artist, you know what I mean? His personality is A1 though. Like, when I watch him in interviews and things of that nature, and I'm glad he free from that situation in Miami, that's what's up. You know what I mean? I definitely feel like he need to talk about that shit once the case and everything is settled and everything like that, like what really happened, because that shit, too many stories going out there. That's why I didn't talk about this shit. But I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, Polo G, I mean, he has potential. I would say that. He got a lot of potential. But I just feel like he need to do one of them projects where he just rapping his ass off. Because I was like, damn, this nigga said he the best out of Chicago. I was just like, I mean, I don't know about that, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? It's cool to be confident. It's nothing wrong with that. But I just was like, yo, I don't know. You know, because I listened to the album and I'm like, I know. Like, and I said what I said on Twitter, but I'm like, I'm not hating. It ain't all that. And then you just go and look and you see a lot of people saying it's mid. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one that don't feel it's like this shit is that fire. And it's really not. You know what I mean? Like, I had to be honest about it. It's no hating on him. He definitely has potential and got skills, but some things he needs to cut and some things he need to add more of. You know what I mean? He need to lower these fucking albums to like 12 to 15 records and work with different producers and different artists. You know what I mean? Because certain artists can bring out certain elements in you that you didn't even know you had. Look at Dirk. Like, take Wayne, for instance. You know what I'm saying? That's y'all inspiration. When he was just with Manning Fresh, you seen he was dope, he was nice, but when he started working with other producers and other artists, it brings something else out of him. That's what I feel like the production, when you get a producer and they want to be on a project, you see something in the artist, so make a beat and basically show them like, yo, this is what I think you can deliver on this beat, like, because I see you got the potential, and that brings it out in the artist. I feel like the rap game is not even like that no more. Producers just make beats and niggas get it and rap over, but it's just like, yo, if you really a fan of the artist, you know what you want to hear from them, and you know what they kind of lack in and what they can be more creative in, and that's the part of a producer, I feel like. And then the A&Rs need to go through these albums when niggas do like 30 songs and shit, pick out the best songs, not just fill a fucking album, feel like a playlist. You know what I mean? What works and what don't. You know what I mean? You got to think, what can actually be a video? You know what I mean? What actually can go good in a playlist? What would sound good on the radio? You know what I mean? Not saying niggas go in there to make radio hits, but sometimes it's just like these projects don't seem like they be A&R for nothing. They just throw 20-some projects on the album, call it this title, and put it out there. And it's just like, bro, this shit it's everywhere. You know what I mean? Because you got some R&B tracks, and you got some melodic tracks, and you got some rap tracks. It's like, it's a variety shit, but it's like sometimes when you think of a title of an album, the context of the album needs to fit that title. But I don't want to go on a tangent. You know what I mean? The album, whatever, is cool. 6 out of 10. That's just my thoughts on it. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about it. I'm quite sure a lot of people going to say it's mid, but what was y'all top 5 songs on this shit? I'm going to holler at y'all, man.